Retirement's supposed to be your time to enjoy and relax. But for so many people, it doesn't turn out that way. They find themselves bored, stressed about money especially, or even feeling like they've lost their sense of purpose because they're not going to the office every day. Sound familiar? Don't worry. Today I'm sharing with you the 4 biggest mistakes retirees make and how starting your own small business or side hustle could be the solution you didn't even know you needed, because it solves these 4 mistakes. Hi, I'm Greg Colosi. I am 68 years old, and I help seniors like you start small businesses and side hustles. And we go through and we navigate retirement with a little bit different twist, okay? I believe that retirement should be the best time of your life. And one of the best ways to make that happen is to start a small business, okay? Or a side hustle. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the 4 most common mistakes, but I'll also show you how running your own business can fix those mistakes. I just want you to have an open mind to this, okay? And I know some of you, you've worked in a job 30, 40, 50 years, and you say, I'm gonna retire and do nothing, okay? And you do nothing for a while, and that's what you think you wanna do, okay? But you get bored out of your mind, you miss that social interaction and that sense of purpose, and you just wanna get that all back. Well, I'm gonna share with you, you can get all that back with starting a side hustle, but here are the 4 mistakes that I've made and that you might have made already. Mistake number 1 is not having a plan, okay? It's better to plan and not hit the plan than not to plan at all. And all plans must be flexible, because all plans never go the way they're supposed to go, okay? This side hustle, starting this new business, gives you a new purpose. It gives you a reason to wake up in the morning. Now, whatever you did for planning in your career, you should continue to do that. Way back when, in the 80s, my second business was a day planner. Okay, it was called the Eagle Day Planner, and we gave seminars on how to use it all over the country, actually all over the world. And I spent a number of years on the road, quite a bit, and I gave over 500 talks that were 4 hours long on how to use this planner and all the other things that went along with it, okay? So I still do it the old-fashioned way. It's ingrained in me. Some things I computerize, but some things I do the old-fashioned way. And one of the things I do the old-fashioned way, I like to physically write out my plans, okay? It is the best for me to do that. And also, I use what I call a mind map, okay? So I'll write something in the middle like YouTube. Here's my YouTube mind map when I started this. And I put on here, okay, retirement businesses, a lead magnet. Okay, I don't have any yet, but I'm gonna have some lead magnets, they're called. And then I've got another business, Dry Cleaner Profits, that I still operate today, a consulting business. And I'm gonna do some videos for that and a lead magnet. And I've got to set up Calendly, so you all can, if you'd like a session with me for a half an hour or an hour, you can book it with me to do that. And over here is the CRM. That's the system I need, the computerized system to manage all of my subscribers. Okay, so I start out with that. So I'm a paper guy. So you got a plan. Okay. So the first thing I do is, when I was younger, I got out my card table and I pulled out a blank piece of paper and I made a mind map, okay? Then I took that mind map and labeled out what I had to do. Then I started A1, A2, A3, and then B1, B2, B3. So you've got to set a goal, okay? And you say, Greg, what if I set a goal and I fail? Well, there's no such thing as failure if you keep moving ahead. You just found another way to not make it happen. okay? And that means you're going to get closer to the way that it does happen, okay? So it's not a job, okay? This is your business, and you can put your passion into this business, okay? What do you do? What do people ask you to do for them? What are your hobbies? What did you do in your career? These are the kind of things that you can continue doing. And I would recommend those things that you got a passion about and or you did in the past, okay? So the next one is underestimating the cost of living, okay? When the cash is coming in, we spend it. Yes, we save it, but we also spend it. So going out to dinner is not a big deal. Well, once you get on a fixed income, okay, you know what's coming in. You're probably going to have to hold back, okay? So you've got to make a plan on, okay, what are my expenses? How much comes in with Social Security? How much comes in from my pension or my 401k, okay? Is that 401k going to grow at the same pace it's growing now? And maybe you want to add some income to that, okay? Maybe income is not your number one goal, okay? Maybe socializing is your number one goal, or a purpose is your number one goal, or a passion, doing something with a passion, excited to get up every single day. These kinds of things will keep you young, okay? I have more energy now at 68 than I had at probably 40 years old, okay? I shed a bunch of pounds. I'm eating correctly. I had diabetes. I wiped that out. I lost 65 pounds. No sugar, no carbs, only whole foods and a lot of protein. And I was able to shed that weight, gave me a lot of energy, and then finding a purpose with another business, okay? I do have, right now I have several businesses, okay? I've got, which I've been running since 2007. I have a dry cleaning consulting business, okay? I do all of that and generate all of that online. So I've been in this online arena since 2007. My second business is housing traveling nurses, okay? We did it in our home. We live in Pittsford, a suburb of Rochester, one of the nicer suburbs. And fortunately, it's an old house built in 1915, and you can get to the upstairs 3 bedrooms in our home without going through the main living area. Wouldn't do it if they had to go through the main living area, okay? So anyway, those 3 nurses generate about $1,200 a month. So the expenses for that are not much more, maybe a couple of $100 in electricity costs, okay? We just got a new furnace, so that knocked that down, but a couple of $100 a month, including water for doing the laundry. So we're bringing in $3,600, and let's say we got $600 in expenses. It's not that high, but let's say to make it easy, that's $3,000 coming in from that business, which I'm not done with yet. So that worked so well. I went out and rented 4 other furnished homes. In the last 6 months, I did that. And I house nurses in those by the room. Okay, so $1,200 a room, and I only get 4-bedroom, 2-bath homes. Okay, one of them's fairly new, it's not filled up yet, and the other ones are pretty full. Okay, now I've got the cost of the rent that I pay the person that owns the home. I've got the cost of all the expenses, the internet, the heat, the electricity, snow plowing, cutting the grass, a handyman if something goes, okay? So I've got all those expenses. So that's my second business. And this is my third business, the brand new one. And actually, I'm going to tell you about a side hustle that I just started very recently at the very end today. So if you want to stick around for that, you can. Okay, the third mistake is losing your social connections. Believe it or not, and I'm sure you agree with me, depending upon if you were in a cave at work, okay? You saw a lot of people and you made some friends at work. Some people that you spent the last 20 or 30 years with. Maybe you made some really good friends and you even started to socialize with them. But part of that socializing was at work, just saying hi, moving around, checking on things, different departments, okay? That's socialization. Now, before I sold my dry cleaning pickup and delivery business, I hired, for the last 10 years of it, I hired only senior drivers. So somebody that was retired from their regular career. And the reason I did that is for many reasons. Number one, I knew there was a certain part of the population that wanted to socialize, wanted to get out of the house, and wanted to make some extra spending money. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. And secondly, I knew they'd show up on time. They had a good work ethic. Third, I know they'd be a little slow, but they'd be thorough. And I hit all those things. Those were all A pluses, okay? So people are looking for you. I mean, even if you want to do a part-time job, not a part-time business, you should do that so you socialize. But set it on your own terms, okay? I'm not going to work Fridays, you could say, okay? During my career, starting at age 40, I never worked on a Friday. Maybe a little bit during the winter time. I worked on a project or something, but I didn't, okay? That's the way I set it up, and you can set it up the way that you want it, okay? So, and you can socialize again, you know, either on the phone or online or like this on Zoom, okay? It's socialization. Big mistake number 4 is ignoring your health. At the age that we're at, our health is vital, okay? I don't know what shape you're in, but a year and a half ago, I was 65 pounds heavier than I am right now. I weighed 5'10", I weighed 260 pounds. I had diabetes, and I didn't know it, okay? My doctor kind of said I was doing okay back then. If you know anything about diabetes, my A1C was 10.1. 3 weeks ago, it was 5.6. So I reversed my diabetes. I started to get neuropathy in my feet. That's 95% gone. I hardly ever notice it unless I'm not active enough, okay? If I'm sedentary, if I'm watching a movie for a couple of hours, later at night, it starts to move in. So I like to get up and go walk around every hour or so at least if I know I'm going to be watching YouTube videos or movies or whatever in my leisure time. Okay? You cannot ignore your health. Okay? I am on no medication, and that's on purpose. I was on metformin, and I was able to get off of it because I reversed my diabetes. So 75% of seniors either have prediabetes or diabetes. So I'm talking to 75% of you. If that is the case, and you want to know more on how to reduce or how to eliminate your diabetes, and I'm only doing this because I want you to start your own business, and that's going to give you lose all this weight, you cure whatever you got going on or severely reduce it. And by the way, I'm not a doctor, okay? I do not have a PhD, but I learned what to do, believe it or not, with what you're doing right now, watching YouTube, okay? There are a lot of credible people on YouTube, doctors, that talk about how to get rid of diabetes. And there are clinics that it's natural to get rid of diabetes. So I might be talking to you. If you're one of those 75% and you want to know more about it, give me a comment down below and I will do a video on this and how it will affect your health and then give you more passion and more energy and all of that. Okay, so do not neglect your health. One other thing about health. We get results quicker now than we did when we were younger because we were pretty darn healthy, okay? You stop eating sugar and carbs and you're going to feel better in a couple of weeks, okay? I mean, you're going to feel real good in a couple of weeks. It got so good for me that when I would eat something, some ultra processed food like Doritos, okay? Doritos. I have a weakness for Cool Ranch Doritos. The next day I'd be sick, okay? A stomach ache that just wouldn't go away. So now I go nowhere near Doritos. It becomes that way. So health is very, very important. Okay, I got a bonus one, okay? Number 5. I'm gonna help you rediscovering your passion, okay? That passion. If you're not passionate now, there is a passion somewhere inside of you. There is something you've always said in your career, when I retire, I'm going to go do this. Or while you were working, if I could do this and make enough money, I'd quit my job and this is all what I would do. Okay? I can tell you that is still possible. Okay? Colonel Sanders was 65 when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, don't eat Kentucky Fried Chicken because that's not good for you, but you get my point. Okay? Older people have started businesses forever, okay? And how many of these guys that are 70s, 80s, even 90s? I read about a doctor that still goes to the office. Why do they do that, okay? Do they need the money? Does Warren Buffett at 91 need the money? No. But it's the social interaction. It's the purpose, okay? It's something to do. Why should he stop doing something that he loves? Okay? So you got to create something that you love. And I'm telling you, it is doable. You might have to try a few things, but that's what it's all about. Okay? That is what it's all about. So to recap, the 4 common retirement mistakes are not having a plan, underestimating your expenses or costs, losing social connections, neglecting your health, okay? If you're interested in learning how to start your own side hustle, check out all my videos where I walk you through the process step by step. And if this video helped you, could you comment down below and let me know? That helps me a lot. It gives me a lot more energy to move forward, okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Now, if you want to hear about my next side hustle, my latest side hustle, I'm doing it right now. If not, I'll see you later, okay? Want to hear about my latest side hustle? Why you should write your life story and how I can help you do it in 45 days or less, okay? I have written 5 books, okay? Most of them were in my field except for one. This is an author's copy, okay? This is how to get route customers without knocking on doors, 200 and some pages long. Here's what it used to look like. It was 2011 when I first came out with it, so that's 13 years ago now. And this one, I updated it in 2021. So if you Google Greg Colosi or go onto Amazon, Greg Colosi, C-O-L-O-S-I books, or Gregory Colosi, you will find all the books that I got on there. So these first 2 books right here, I wrote the old-fashioned way, okay? Typed them. Took me 6 months each to write those books, or the 2 books, not those 2, it was 1 book. But anyway, the first 2 books took me 6 months to write. And the 3rd book, the 4th book, and the 5th book took me less than a month. Okay, how did I do it? I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, why should you want your life story? Okay, and this came about by my cousin Frank. A friend of his wrote his book because he wanted to pass down, okay, and he's 83, wanted to pass down, wanted to preserve his legacy, okay, who you are, where you came from, your values and lessons. I'm going to read this, that you want to pass on to future generations. Your grandchildren and great-grandchildren will have a tangible connection to your roots. Second, providing guidance. By sharing your life experiences, decisions, and the wisdom you've gained, you can offer invaluable guidance to your children and grandchildren, and this can help loved ones navigate challenges with insights from someone you trust, someone they trust and they admire. Now, I heard this story from my Aunt Teresa. My grandfather came to America in 1914 through Ellis Island. At age 14, He was the youngest of 5 siblings. And at age 14, he came over by himself alone to Rochester. The family had some friends that lived here. 14 years old. 14 years old. Can you imagine that? A 14-year-old kid coming over by themselves to start a new life? Amazing. So when I get in a tough situation, I think of my grandfather coming into Ellis Island, not speaking English at all. Okay, a kid. On airlines, you get a kid, they get somebody to boom, 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 move you over, and you can speak the language. Here, didn't speak the language, came over by himself. So that gives me strength, okay? You can give that strength to your future generations of some challenges that you had, okay? Sharing the family history, capturing stories about your parents, your grandparents, and other ancestors ensures that your family history and traditions are not lost but cherished and passed down. Explaining life choices, writing about why you made certain decisions in your life to help family members understand your journey and provide context for the family's shared history. 5, documenting beliefs and values. A life story book is a platform to express your deeply held beliefs, benefits, hopes, and dreams, ensuring your voice resonates after you're gone. And the emotional and spiritual fulfillment by you as the storyteller. It's an opportunity for reflection, closure, peace of mind, knowing that your life's journey and lessons will live on. Okay? So how did I do these last 3 books? Well, I had my best friend, Billy Dangler. Gave him questions over the phone, and we recorded this. I wrote the outline in the form of questions. Over a couple of nights, 4 or 5 hours, I got them all answered. I had it transcribed. I had the grammar fixed on it. I edited it, went through it, okay? I had somebody else format it so it all looked pretty and loaded up, made somebody else make the cover and load it up on Amazon, and then you buy author books, okay? You can buy author books, as many as you want. So that's what I'm going to do for you. In the beginning, I'm going to interview everybody till this thing gets rocking and rolling, okay? And then we're going to have other people doing it. So if you're interested, in the description down below, there's a way to get a hold of me and get some more information, okay? Thanks, and hey, make it a great day. Bye.